Have you ever wondered what one of the top trading strategies was for professional traders? Professional traders who make their living from their trading P&L. In this video, we reveal one of those strategies, a trading strategy that potentially can help you grow your trading account. I'm Mike Bellafiore, and we're one of the top proprietary trading firms located in New York City and proud to develop numerous 7 and even 8-figure per year traders. We hope you agree this is the top YouTube channel to help you grow your trading account. Okay, I'm here with a junior intern from our desk, and we're going to judge one of his playbook trades. We'll score him on 10 criteria and give him a score to see if he's meeting the standard expected by us. His playbook is titled Breaking News Momentum Callout, and we're going to break this down. I hope this gives you a clear example of how a professional trader must think through a trade and what is necessary for you to make a good risk-reward trade with edge for your trading accounts. Okay, let's meet SME intern Matt, see if he passes his test in the hot seat. He will need to score 80 or better, and we're going to get into his breaking news trade right now. This is a money-making trading strategy used by top traders.
My name is Matt, and we're reviewing breaking news momentum callout trade on Apple from July 19th, 2023.
All right, so as we always do, I'd like to set a little context for this. Tell us about your background. Tell us where you're at in your trading career. Tell us something interesting about yourself. And if there's nothing interesting about yourself, make it up.
Okay, so I am a junior intern, finishing up the junior internship program, hoping to continue on as a trader with SMB. This is a new career for me. I have a restaurant and background in restaurants. I own restaurants for the last 10 years. But I found trading a long time ago. It's always been a passion of mine, and now I want to do it professionally.
Do you know Eric?
No.
Eric B?
I do not.
Eric B has a similar background as you. Started a couple restaurants, sold them, transitioning into being a professional trader, and you will see him on some of our chats.
Cool.
I'll introduce you guys. You guys can compare foods.
The trade is in Apple. We know that company pretty well, but we'll talk about the big picture first. So at this time, the major indexes, the SPY and the QQQ, they've been uptrending throughout the year, and they've been very steadily uptrending since the pullback in February and March. And prior to this day, the SPY and QQQ have been making new 52-week highs the last 6 sessions in a row. Here's some other background on Apple, as well as the catalyst that drove this trade.
So we'll give you some scores as we're going along. I would love for you to add the key technical levels, support and resistance, to your big picture slides.
Okay.
So you have that handy. So we're going to go 8 out of 10 on that.
Okay. Like I said before, Apple's a pretty big company we both know about. They're in tech, computers, phones, headsets, even rumor about cars. And in the case of this trade, they announced that they are getting into the AI space with their new product, Ajax, which is nicknamed to be the Apple GPT, a large language model. And so upon the trade, they announced this news that they're in development of this software or product, if you will.
Yeah, this is a 9 out of 10 on stock selection. This stock just hit the wire with this news. This is breaking news and important breaking news. Good trade, good stock selection. You can build a career out of this trade alone. A breaking news trade, you could make yourself into a 8-figure a year trader if you got really good at it.
So the technical analysis, Apple, they've been in an uptrend, but more so going along with the market, going along with the SPYs and the QQQ. They did announce and preview their VR goggles recently, but that's been getting some mixed signals in the market. It didn't really create a lot of buying. But today's positive news brought us to a new 52-week high.
Yeah, again, I want you to show me the important levels, support, resistance, and denote them on the chart. We're going to go 8 out of 10 in technical analysis.
So the day of the trade, Apple began trading just kind of normal in its range, not going in a certain direction, so to speak. But when the news did hit, we did see a huge spike in volume prior to the trade. So the first 2 hours and 32 minutes of the day, we had traded a little over 66,000 shares. And then in the minute of 12:03, we traded 2.2 million shares. So something was going on. As well, we can see the SPY and Q charts. They also got a push in the direction when this news hit, especially the Q chart. But more so, this is a good guidance to see if there's going to be some continuation with this trade. So this is a breaking news trade. So your news source is probably the most important. Not only that it's something accurate, but also something that you're getting quick. You want to get it's breaking news, right? So this isn't something you want to read about the next day or in a few hours. You want to hear about it the minute it comes out. In this case, the news was actually found by another trader on the desk, which is something that we do as a team. And if someone sees something first, we share that so that we can all share on that opportunity in our different styles of trading. Kyle, I believe, who called this out. And I think that there was a few other traders that were able to get some good trades out of this. So once you have the news, obviously you want to analyze the news because news isn't always good news. Sometimes it's bad news. And so when looking at the news, you want to also, besides taking note of the market reaction, you should have your own opinion, if you will, on what the news actually is. And we use a system of a 0 to +10 or a 0 to -10 to grade breaking news catalysts, and the closer to 10 on both ends is something that should create a stronger market reaction. Once you have the news and you've analyzed the news, then you should be looking at the reaction and see how the market is taking this news. In the case of this strategy, it was positive news, and we saw a big buy pressure immediately in Apple.
I think this is a 7 out of 10 in terms of your trade strategy, and I want to help you understand why. So, and I feel, so if I just take a half a step back, this is a terrific trading strategy. This trading strategy is one that is deployed by really great traders in our space, really great prop traders. Some of the best prop traders in our space trade this strategy and only trade this strategy. This is totally worth exploration and study, and it's an excellent job by you reviewing and understanding this is super important. You can make your career off of this trading strategy. I highly encourage you to continue working on getting better at this strategy. If you learned nothing else as a trader, you could be a professional trader deploying this strategy. You could do it with discretion. You could build automated models for it. You are in the right spot. Highly profitable strategy for you. Breaking news strategy trader. I don't want to kind of give away some of the secret sauce about this. Is like one of those trades I feel a little bit funny giving away too much information on. So I want to be sensitive to some of the other guys on the desk, and this is a competitive trade. But in terms of the trade strategy, I do think you need to understand that there's technology that needs to get built to make sure that you're getting news headlines that are meaningful to you. All right, so it's not just that you have a good news source, you need to build technology to help filter the news sources. And I'm gonna leave it at that. Okay, that's where I feel a little bit funny talking further on that. But you're gonna need a little bit more on that. You're also gonna wanna be pretty specific about how you will exit and enter the particular trade. There's going to be different types of trades you're going to take. There's going to be certain trades you just take right away off of the news. There's going to be certain trades you take off of the news plus seeing certain things from the price action. There's going to be sizing rules that need to go into this. There's and so you got to be more specific here with your trade strategy, and so that's going to go. So good start for this, but as you trade more of it, we'll talk some more about that. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. Looking forward to it.
Okay. All right. What else we got?
So going to actually how I handled the trade.
Okay, good.
This is the chart of my entries and exits. So upon getting the news and pulling up Apple, I just saw this, exponentially large volume bar of buying pressure and this huge green candle. And as well as the buzzword AI and the reaction that's been having in other names like NVIDIA, and that's been really driving up prices. So I got in right away, and for the strength of the volume, I chose the midpoint of the candle I entered at as my stop in case the news wasn't so positive. I wasn't risking too much. And so we kind of struggled. Well, it wasn't like a kind of struggle, but there was some hesitation going into the above the 196 level. So I did reduce some of my position right away. And as well in the really very fast pullbacks that you can see on the tape, to my level of trading, I was playing it more safe than sorry. And then as this was set, I set limit orders to sell pieces of my position at notable places. So for example, at whole dollar marks, so like 197, 198, and I got out most of my position there. We went through a little bit of a pullback, a little tiny consolidation, and we saw some continued buying. I thought maybe this had some more room to go, so I got long. I added some more, and we started to break down from there. So I started to exit my position and got all out.
There's a lot to talk about here.
Okay.
I think in trade management, that's a 7 out of 10. One of the things that I probably should mention from your trade strategy is, and that could go in your trade strategy, or this could go in your trade management. We have to be talking about game planning. So I remember being in the room behind us and us talking about the Microsoft news about its release for its AI revenue generating products.
Yes.
They introduced 3 new packages that people could pay for, and particularly these would help companies be more productive and individuals be more productive, and you had this ability to use AI tools inside of your Microsoft tools and make yourself much more productive, make your company much more productive. And we remember trading that and remember the market reaction to that.
Yes.
Super positive.
Yes.
People were surprised by how much it went up. People were surprised by how well it held up. That was a changing fundamentals trade, as we say on the desk. A new product, a new revenue stream was introduced by Microsoft. There were 3 new real products. There are real people that they could sell that to. It was very easy to see the through line to how they'd be making more money. Okay, Microsoft's a real company. This is a real product. We're really now creating a roadmap to making money in AI. We're not just talking about potential growth. We're not just being speculative. This is real. And the traded really, really well. All right. And so I remember sitting in that room saying to you guys, let's remember this and let's start to think about what might happen next. And I remember saying to you guys, there are going to be announcements going forward from other companies that talk about products that they're going to be releasing. There's going to be smaller companies that talk about how they're going to support these products. And you want to game plan. We didn't actually go through a very specific game planning exercise. We've done that in the past. But we talked about how you want to be game planning what's next. What if Google makes an announcement that they're releasing real products? What happens if Apple releases that they're offering real products? I think we're a little bit short on time. So we just sort of introduced this idea that they're going to be, we didn't really sit down, which we do in the future, and what a breaking news trader does. A breaking news trader would take, and look, you're a junior intern, so I hope this is coming off the right way. A breaking news trader would take that Microsoft day and would sit around with his or her colleagues and start to say, what's next? What could be announced in the future and by whom? And how meaningful would that be? If Microsoft announced future products, what future products would really get the market interested? If Amazon did, what future products would really get the market interested? If Apple did, what would get the market really interested? If a smaller company did, what would get the market interested? What would be released that wouldn't get the market interested? What news releases would be for us to fade? And you'd work through that and create these roadmaps for things that are potentially to come. So I think in your trade strategy, that's probably going to be a part of it, which is I game planned a scenario of Apple coming up with a real product, and if they came up with a real product, I would expect it to go up this percentage. I'd expect to buy it here, risk this, and work through that. If somebody made an announcement, but it wasn't a real product, here's what I would expect it to do. All right, so game planning is a big part of that. And maybe I should have spent more time with you guys after Microsoft going through a very specific next announcement instead of being so general. So I'll work on that for myself. But that's got to be a part of your strategy here. I guess what you're saying here in your trade management is you're getting in above the first green candle. That's your entry? Or that's just what you did?
I'm in on that first green candle.
You're in on the first. Are you in at the? So are you in at the bottom of the first green candle? I mean.
So
are you in at the top of the?
So I first put an order out at the bid that doesn't get hit, and then I get in at the offer, and then I get hit on the bid. So.
But more towards the top of the green candle. So we're pretty far into this move.
Yes.
So that's where we got to be thinking about our trade strategy. What's too far? Yeah. And if I'm too far away from the starting price, how much of an ATR am I willing to pay? How much of a spread am I willing to pay? What's too far away from the undisturbed price? You guys have been using that term a lot these days. I'm not sure who's been talking about that a lot, but you guys like, so we'll use that. It's a good way to. It's a good word to use. So the undisturbed price, that's got to be, I think, part of the trade strategy, and I think that's got to be part of the trade management. How far away are we from the undisturbed price when you bought it?
We're 2% away.
Okay. 2% for the stock.
Yes.
Okay. So I think you want to think about, that's probably too far. What you probably need to be thinking about then is, if I do buy it up here, it can't trade against me. If it's too far away from price and I get in, it really can't tick against me too much. It's too far away from price. I need some sort of consolidation and some time for that consolidation to go sideways and trade for the second up move, or I have to just let it go and try and buy some pull in later, if I think it's going to follow through. So you want to be thinking about that. I mean, the way that people make a lot of money is they get in pretty early for something like this. That's the first way you make a lot of money. Second way is you're very systematic about how you get in. The third way is you buy a pullback in a systematic way. Those are 3 ways to make a bunch of money. So, okay. So those are some ways that I'd improve that. Good. But I mean, this is a good stock you're in. I mean, this is where the action is. This is very good stock selection. This is a good trade.
Thanks. So the next slide is about the technology. This is less about digital technology than it was about hearing someone else on the desk. But that being said, they heard of that. They got the news from the internet. But also what also brought Apple to my attention simultaneously as hearing the news is the insight that its RVOL was in the 3000s in that moment. So for Apple to be trading on that larger volume, that just brings a trader's attention to it right away.
Anything significant for reading the tape?
Potentially where the stock drops off and turns.
Okay. For your exit.
For my exit and for knowledge of how this breaking news trade traded. And we failed to break 198 again.
All right, so you're watching that 198 level?
Yes.
Okay. So can't make a new high. You expected it to make a new high there above 198?
Yes, I did. I was looking for another leg up to potentially hit $200.
Okay.
And here it speeds up, getting closer and closer to, and breaks 197.
So you're seeing a change in the tape here.
Absolutely.
Are you using this to exit?
I'm using this to exit, and I'm also using this information to see if it's another good trade to go short. We find a little bit of maybe we can hold it, but not at all.
You're looking for that 197 to hold.
Yes.
And it's not.
And I'm all out.
Okay. All right, good. Yeah, I think that's a 9 out of 10 on reading the tape. I think you do a good job there seeing a double top. I think you see the weakness coming in on your tape. Think about an exit. Think about a definitive exit strategy that you can develop as well, not just softness on the tape. But you do see that softness on the tape. Didn't make a new high and started to trade down a little bit. That's significant. That's a reason to get out on a trade like this. All right, 9 out of 10 for that. Trade review.
Yeah, so I would make quite a few changes. I'd say a lot of them are in line with ones you said. Definitely my entry could use improvement and need more planning. I definitely get that. I also think myself personally could have understood the catalyst more instead of just basing it on a positive catalyst or just basing it on the fact that it's positive. Like we said before, this case isn't like Microsoft where, they're planning to sell something. This is just an announcement that they have something in development. So there really wasn't anything that's actually changing the way Apple does business or a way that they're going to be making more money.
Microsoft had 3 real new products.
Yes.
It had 3 different price tags on it. The head of the company was out there talking on CNBC about these new products. It was real. Products were real. This was, hey, we're working on something.
Exactly.
That's different.
That's different.
That's probably pop and fail. And that's why we talked about game planning, because we're gonna see more breaking news trades that follow through when they've got real products, and we're gonna see more of these, hey, we're working on something, pop and fails. And actually what's gonna happen is, for the latter, the pops are gonna be less pronounced, and they're gonna fail quicker.
Because we're getting this news on a more regular basis.
Yeah. Market learns quickly. All right, good. So just go back to that.
Yep.
So I say this to you guys a lot. I think you want to point out what you do really well in trades and build on that. You do something here really well. What is that? I don't see it on that slide. If you had to compliment yourself, what did you do really well here? And that's got to be in a trade review.
I recognized the trade.
Okay.
I know what I did wrong in the trade.
Okay.
So I can improve in this trade.
There's something you did really well here. You haven't quite hit on it yet. Super important to build a trading career.
Well, I read the tape well. That was a 9 out of 10. I don't know, Bella.
So what you do really well here, and this is super important, is you identify a trade that you can build your career around. You're not just reviewing a trade that worked. You're reviewing one of the better trades from that week. One of the guys on the desk made a quick 40 grand long, would have made a lot more if it followed through off of this opportunity. We talk about reviewing easy money trades. So at the end of the month, a bunch of the guys develop easy money trades from the month. What are the trades that had the most opportunity that was easy money? And they go over them. This is an important trade to review. This is something you can build your career around, and you have identified that. There are times we sit in these rooms and we talk about good trades, maybe very good trades. Like, this is a career building trade in a career building playbook sector. And so of all of the trades, you're new to this, of all of the trades that you could have reviewed, you found one of the really good ones, really one of the best ones, and are working on that. And so you do that really well. All right, trade review. So I've got 9 out of 10 on stock selection, 8 out of 10 on big picture, 7 out of 10 on trade strategy, intraday fundamentals, 9 out of 10, technical analysis, 8 out of 10, reading the tape, 9 out of 10, trade management, 8 out of 10, technology, 8 out of 10, review, 8 out of 10, and diligence and presentation, 8 out of 10. 82. All right. For junior interns, above 80 is what we expect. So you're an active trader, not doing as well as you want, not doing as well as you deserve, and you just can't figure out why you can't become profitable no matter how hard you try. Well, let me show you why. This is your competition. The traders in this room. This room right here is full of elite traders, some of whom are making 7 and even 8 figures a year. In fact, our top guys have made nearly 20 million each in net trading profits in a single year. Let's head to my office so I can share more. So you're probably used to seeing videos of lavish trader lifestyles, trading gurus trading off of a laptop for an hour a day, heck, maybe even 15 minutes a day, and then them relaxing on some secluded beach for the rest of the day. Well, All I can tell you is that our traders train like pro athletes. They live and breathe the markets and are continually working on their trading skills. Because at our firm, that's what we found it really takes to make it in this game. I'm Mike Bellafiore, co-founder and managing partner of S&B Capital, one of the world's top proprietary trading firms located in Midtown Manhattan. And we're always looking for trading talent to hire and develop. And not just to trade in-house on our desk, but also to trade from their own home, entirely using our firm's capital. And we have numerous traders doing just that, allowing them to make upwards of 7 figures trading the firm's capital without risking their own money. But to even get a shot at something like that, you need to have the right training. That's why we're doing a new free online presentation in which we share how you can get an interview with SMB to become an in-house or remote trader, trading firm capital without risking yours and gaining access to all of our firm's coaching and resources. And the best part, you don't have to be a profitable trader yet. In fact, we prefer to mold profitable traders with our methods and our techniques. That's why we have just 3 simple criteria that can earn anyone an interview. We're looking for highly ambitious and determined traders who fit our culture first and foremost. So if you believe that could be you, sign up for the free 1-hour online presentation by clicking the link that's in your top right corner of your screen now.